Hi, welcome to Let's Cook. I have my little heart here. It's cut out of parchment paper because we're doing fish, actually red snapper en papillote today. We're cooking it in parchment paper. And we take the parchment paper. You need to use parchment paper, not aluminum foil, not plastic wrap. You can use wax paper, but that doesn't work well either. But we have to get the ingredients ready to go in the en papillote first. We have to clean the snapper, but first we have to take an eggplant, and I'm just going to use this Japanese eggplant right here, and I'm just going to thinly slice this down on a bias so I get nice coverage here so that they're about, let's say, about 1/4 of an inch thick. So we'll just cut our eggplant down this way, and we're going to use this and layer this on top of the fish. That's enough for, let me see, I don't want even numbers, so I'll go with 5 each. Don't have to soak this at all or anything. My pan, I've preheated here a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of the pan here. Again, remember, it's heart healthy, so we want to use olive oil. A little bit of garlic in the bottom of the pan there. Along with that now, I'm just going to go ahead and add my eggplant right into the bottom of the pan here and let that slowly saute up just a little bit, just to partially cook the eggplant before we put it in the snapper. So that's good to go. We're also going to be using some tomato with this as well, so we'll just thinly slice some tomato right here. Nice thin slices, about 3 per piece of fish today. So I have my tomato done. I have some lemon here. I'm going to take the lemon, cut my lemon in half so I have my juice ready there, and I'm also going to use some chives in that, but I'll cut them in a second. Now, let's look at our snapper. I have my snapper right here. It's a beautiful red snapper right here. When you're dealing with fish and you buy fish here, always see how clear my eye is here on the fish? Very important. Make sure the gills are nice and bright and red as well. This has already been scaled, so the scales can't be adhering. It should also have a nice fresh fish odor. Now, when I was coming in to do the show today, and I picked up the snapper and I said, I don't want people washing fish if it doesn't need to be washed. Now, if I have the skin still intact on the fish this way, and it hasn't been, it's been gutted, but there's still a membrane right there where the cavity was, I will wash the fish. If I have a fillet, I don't wash the fillet. The only thing I'll do sometimes is I might wipe it down to get rid of any water that's come out of it. But when you put it in water or you wash it, you're actually taking away fish flavor. You don't want to do that. Now, to fillet the snapper, all we're going to do is right here, we're going to come right behind the gill right here. We're going to make a cut where that fin is there, cut here across the top to the head. We pull back gently on the fish, and we just bring our knife all the way along the backbone of the fish here. Now, when you're filleting a snapper, look how sharp these fins are right here. Norm, you got a shot on that? See how sharp they are? Be very careful with those because they will cut you. So you might want to have your fishmonger do this. We then just come into the fish here, pulling it all the way down. Want to make sure that we get all of that out. See if you can see this here. See how I kind of use the bone here as my guide, and I just scrape my knife right here. When I get down to the tail section right here, right below the belly, I'll go like this. I'll pull this all the way off. Now I can see where this is, and I just cut right along the belly here. I'm very careful not to pull the meat too hard away from the bone, because if I do, I'll end up ripping the flesh, and I don't want to do that. Right here, there we are. Beautiful, nice fillet of snapper right there. Just come over here now. This has already been scaled. These bones that are right here, we're just going to take those and get rid of those bones so we have a nice piece of snapper right here. Then we're going to take this, because I'm serving it on papillote. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to actually remove the skin from this, so I'll just come up underneath. I know it's red snapper. Hold my knife nice and flat, and I pull the skin across my knife, so I remove this. Now, when you're eating fish and you want heart healthy fish, make sure that the fish, let's just get a little water in here, make sure that the fish that you have in there, whoops, just got a little hot. Make sure it's not a predatory fish. If it's a predatory fish, it's not a it's not a healthy fish to eat. So you want a higher fat fish like a salmon or mackerel. The snapper is very good. Okay, so now my eggplant is nice. I have my heart ready. I have my snapper. What we're going to do with the snapper now is we're actually going to season it. I have a little bit of turmeric here, a little bit of coriander, and a little bit of paprika. And I'm just going to mix these together, set my fish up right here, and we're just going to season this and flavor this dry rub right on the outside of this. Along with that, we'll just use a little bit of white pepper and a little bit of sea salt. Perfect. Now my fish is ready to go. Okay, let's get this off here. Shut that down here. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we take our parchment paper and we're going to cut it into heart-shaped. Just like this. This is kind of nice, and I'm going to show you how to fold this. Then I'll take my piece of fish here. You know, according to the American Heart Association, we should eat fish twice a week at least. Lay my fish in here so that I have at least 2 to 3 inches on the edge right here. Then we'll just take a little piece of eggplant right here. Give a couple of pieces of eggplant right here, and then the tomato. Now remember, we partially sauteed our eggplant here, and it's partially cooked, but it'll cook the rest of the way with the fish. Then we'll take a slice of tomato, 3 slices of tomato, a little bit of chive here. Let me just, you know, I've never done this before. I always use a knife with chives, but my scissors are here from cutting the heart. Just a little bit of chive there. A little bit of lemon juice. This is going to cook beautifully. Now, to fold this, let me show you how you fold this. What you're going to do is you fold this over, you press out any air that might be present in the fish. You're going to start at the top of the heart here, come off at a 45-degree angle and crease that. Take the thickness of your thumb, do that again, and just keep folding it off at about a 45-degree angle. And as you fold this, you're going to have an interlocking fold so that all of the moisture that's in the fish that are in the vegetables will be locked in, and the fish will actually steam in its own juices. So now this is properly sealed. We simply take this now. Parchment paper won't stick to our cooking pan right here. If you want, you have a couple options. You can brush this with oil, you can brush this with butter, you can spray this with a little bit of olive oil. That's going to just allow it to brown so that it doesn't burn up as well. We're going to pop this in a 375-degree oven. 350 will work just as well. It will take 12 minutes in the oven. Let's take a little break, and then when we come back, we have more heart-healthy things going on today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook. Let's get our fish out of the oven now. We have our snapper en papillote here. Let's see what this looks like. Very heart-healthy. Minimum low fat, good fish for you. Doesn't that look great? See how it puffs up when it's done steaming. Now, to serve this, if you want to serve this for your guests, you can serve it right at the table and open it right at the table so they get that aroma. Be careful when you open it because steam will come out of it. Okay, I'm just going to unwrap this a little bit here. See how gorgeous this looks. I'll even cut into this so you can see. There we are. Doesn't this look great? Beautiful. And you have, oh, absolutely delicious. Really healthy for you too. Very heart healthy. Now, I was looking at my recipe that I chose that I'm also going to make in this segment, which is heart healthy. And there are some changes that you might want to make here. Let's just get this piece of fish. We'll put it right on the plate there. Gorgeous. There might be a few changes that you might want to make in this recipe because we're making a ravigotte dressing, which is normally made with hard-cooked egg. But we're just going to use the egg white. And it also calls for cheese. You could use brie cheese, you can use manchego cheese, but you're going to use the cheese very sparingly. Let me show you how we make these rice cakes. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a piece of rice paper like this. You can pretend you're driving a truck. Drop this in some nice warm water, and all we're going to do is allow this to soften. Softens very quickly. And we're actually going to put this in the oven, but it's going to go in the oven very briefly. Then we'll pick this up once it's soft, once it's malleable, but not too soft. You don't want it falling apart. We'll take this, and I'm going to put this on a towel, and I find that when I put this on a towel, I can spread it out, and it's easier for me to handle and pick up as long as it doesn't stick to the towel. Then we're going to take a little bit of rice here. The rice should be warm still, and it should be somewhat glutinous and stick together a little bit, just a little bit more rice in there. Then we take a slice of avocado. Now, avocado is loaded in monounsaturated fats. Monounsaturated oil. It's very good. It's very healthy for us. It has a lot of invisible fat and oil, but it's monosaturated, which is very good. We're going to take the thinnest slice of cheese I could find here because we want the flavor of the cheese, but we want it to be heart healthy too. Take this. We're going to just take this, fold this over. You're going to seal this on both sides this way. Roll it this way, and now this is set up and ready to go. The only thing I have to do so it doesn't stick to the pan, because I'm going to slightly warm this in the oven just so the cheese melts, is I just sprayed a little bit of oil on the pan. Let me show you how we make this again. Drop our wrapper right into the hot water here. And again, you know, I always leave the water a little hot. And I'm touching it, but it is about 160 degrees, so you want to be careful at home. Don't put your hands in the hot water unless you can take the heat. There we are. We're just going to soften this just a little bit more. The less heat that's in the pan with your water, the longer it'll take for this to soften up. We'll pick this up now, ever so gently. Show you this one more time. A little bit of rice here in the middle. Now I'm using white rice. But you can also use brown rice if you want that fiber in your diet. That's very good. A little bit of avocado here. A little bit of cheese. Pick up the paper. See, we pick this up. It picks that right up. Just roll this over. Seal our ends right here. And roll this nice and tight. Beautiful. Put this on a tray. Now, I'm going to put this in the oven for about 3 minutes. Maybe even a little less, just to warm that cheese, just to get that cheese a little warm. Now I'm going to make my ravigotte dressing. To make the ravigotte dressing, normally when you make a ravigotte dressing, it calls for a hard-cooked egg. I'm going to peel the egg here because I'm only going to use the egg white. We won't use the yolk at all. Just take our egg, we'll peel our egg here. Beautiful. Make sure there's no shell there. Put this on the side over here. Break this open. All we want really is the egg white right here. Just a little bit of egg white. Doesn't seem to want to come out. There we are. Pop this yolk away. Now, the reason I personally am not crazy about making this dressing without the egg yolk is because I consider egg a whole food. And there's been a lot of studies as far as egg is concerned to determine if eggs really raise our cholesterol. It's really not the egg that affects our cholesterol. A lot of times what it is, it's how we cook the egg, the type of fat, the butter fat that we might cook it in, all of that can have an effect. So here, I have my chopped hard-cooked egg right here. This goes into my bowl, along with my chopped hard-cooked egg, capers. Pickled flower buds of the caper or pickle plant. Those are usually in a salt solution or a brine solution when they're in a jar. Make sure you rinse off that salt. Some parsley here, a little bit of salt, a little bit of white pepper, my oil, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, my vinegar. All we do is mix this together. Now, this I'm going to agitate quite a bit because I really want it to emulsify. If I want it to emulsify a little bit more, I put a little bit of egg yolk in there. That cooked egg yolk will help to emulsify it. Again, it depends on how heart healthy you want to be, but my theory is always in moderation. Okay, now we're ready to serve one of these. Put our plate right over here. Let's come over here. Okay. Just enough to warm these up. Let that melt a little bit, and I'll show you the presentation on these. We'll take one of these out. Now, this is going to get a little firm, the rice paper. So take it from the bottom here. We're going to cut this in half this way. You're going to get a nice little crunch there. You have your avocado with the rice right there, and then we just take a little bit of our dressing right here. Again, sparingly. We're going to serve this very sparingly. Just a little bit of dressing right here. Very nice course. It's a wonderful rice cake with a little bit of avocado dressing. We're going to take a little break, and then when we come back, we have something going on that's even more heart healthy for you today on Let's Cook. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Heart Healthy Cooking today on Let's Cook. The next item we're making, fruit's very good for us, and especially whole fruit like this pineapple that I'm cleaning up here right now. Now, when you go to the store and you go to buy a pineapple and you're looking for something fresh, some people will say if you can grab the stem right here and you can pull it out and it's fresh. Other people will tell you to feel the pineapple, smell the pineapple. When you take the pineapple, smell it from this end where it was attached to the plant right here. Give that a whiff. You can also feel it, but you really want something that's nice and ripe. Now, right here in the middle of the pineapple is the core of the pineapple, and this is really tough and chewy. But it's not bad for you, and I know some people who prefer to actually eat that because they like the crunch that it produces. But all we're doing is we're just taking our pineapple, we're going to peel this down, then we're going to slice it and grill it. No fat in this. And also the good thing about this, you know, heart healthy, you want to stay away from refined sugars. This has a natural sugar content, so you don't have to use any sugar with it, and it's much healthier. But we just remove the core this way. Then we would slice this down so that it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. Then take these slices right here, and we would grill them in a pan. And I already have some grilled here, so you get that nice smoky flavor from the grill pan. Absolutely delicious. Now, next thing we have to do, we have to make a little bit of a mango sauce for this. So I have my mango right here. When you peel a mango, you really need to use a paring knife to peel it, because the pit is right in the middle here, and you just make sure you have a nice sharp knife here. And if you have one here, like see this here? See, it's a little overripe there. Oh, makes me very happy because it's going to have terrific flavor, and it's not going to have that hard flavor. Again, these are loaded with potassium. Now, the way the mango sits, you see how my mango here is where it's sitting flat here? That means that the seed is running this way. It's running right across the mango. So the seed is running this way. So if I go and I try and remove the seed, I can't. So what I have to do is just make a slice like this, and then you cut down that way and you get that off. You're going to feel that hard seed right in there. So, and you really want to stay away from that seed. Oh, delicious. And this, if you can't get mangoes, you can also use papayas too. Papayas will work real well with this recipe. So we taste it. Oh, oh, this is so good. So, don't have to cook this. Don't want to lose those water-soluble vitamins that are in there, that vitamin C, the potassium. We'll put this in. We'll just add enough water in the bottom here so it comes out about 1/4. Going to put this in the machine here, and we're going to puree this. And just let it really puree so you get a really smooth sauce. Now, I love the sweetness of honey, so I like to put a little bit of dab of honey right in here. Just a dab of honey here to sweeten that. In addition to that, I have some beautiful cilantro here. I'm going to puree the cilantro in here right now. Just very quickly so that it doesn't turn green, but so that you can see the flecks of green in there. Now we'll just take a little plate right here. We'll pick up some of our grilled pineapple here, and this is a great dessert, and you could serve this with a sorbet, but even just by itself, it's out of this world. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to start to plate this up. We have to take a little break right now, and then when we come back, I'll show you exactly how our grilled pineapple looks with our wonderful mango sauce, plus all the other heart-healthy things we made today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook. You know, this sauce is so good, you could use a spoon this big to eat it and still keep your heart nice and healthy. Isn't it a great spoon? Love this spoon. We have our sauce right here that we made, and look at the great color of this. And this has a great flavor with the cilantro to go with this delicious grilled pineapple. Oh, out of this world. You could also use this with any grilled meats or fish as well. Just put a little piece of cilantro right there just to give it that nice finished look. Now, today we made some great heart healthy food. We did the rice cakes with the avocado, and then we also did the snapper en papillote with the eggplant, tomato, and chives. Remember, when you want to eat heart healthy, a couple of things. Stay away from hydrogenated fat, anything hydrogenated. Stay away from cottonseed oil. Eat whole grains. Oatmeal is great, cholesterol reducing. very heart healthy for you. Try and have heart healthy fats and oils like sesame, safflower, sunflower. Those are all very healthy and easy for our system to digest and process and keep our heart as healthy as we want it to be each and every day. You have a great day and stay healthy. Bye-bye for now.